Hey guys, what's up? So I wanted to show you a really quick video on how to build out a local business prospecting workflow. So this is a template that I actually got from Eric Nowoslawski. So credit to him for it, and I'll share the template below in the video. And I've gone through another video like this, but I just wanted to rehash it and just kind of go through it again. So here we can see, we've basically got the input source. So what I mean by the input source is just basically where you're going to get the data from. So we can click on import, and then we could like find local businesses using Google Maps. So for example, here we might go to, let's just say New York, and we would do like, I don't know, dentists, right? Dentists in NYC, right? And then we might pull like, just why is it not? Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll do that, submit. I don't want it to actually run because I don't want it to cost me a bunch of credits. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to pause that. Okay, awesome. So yeah, you can see here, I mean, it cost me a few credits, but anyways, I've just stopped the runs just because I don't want it to cost me a bunch. But this is a really cool workflow, and the way that it would work is quite literally you would scrape the information from Google Maps. It will then pull up what the company name is. You can actually just map this pretty simply. So you can go, where is this title? Yeah, so title, we just map that as the company name. So we could just, or map to an existing column, we can click on company name and it would map basically all of it to company name. So you can see what the company name is. You got the website that it's pulled, so that's from the Google search. It'll find contacts. No, please don't, please don't run. Yeah, so it would find contacts. It would find. Sorry, actually, let me explain this a little bit further. So essentially, what it's doing here is finding contacts. So it's going to scrape and find LinkedIn for the people that work at the business here, right? So if we actually look at the column, it's going to say find contacts at company. So it's going to pull the company name and the company website and check on LinkedIn if that company is on LinkedIn. If that company is on LinkedIn, then it will find the contacts at that company, and it'll do it based on the location that you've set for. And then it will find the names of the people at that company from LinkedIn. It will then split the name into the first and last name. It will then give you the URL for those people. Once it's got the URL for those people, then it will run that through email in Email Finder, right? Now, if you want to save credits on this, you would have to get the Email Finder from, like, you'd have to pay for that subscription separately. So this Email Finder is Prospio. It does a really good job of finding lots of emails, even though here it's not showing obviously that, but you would use it like that. If you don't use Prospio, like the native integration and pull the API in, if you don't use it like that, it's going to cost you 2 credits for every email that it does find. If it doesn't find an email, it doesn't cost you any credits. So these obviously cost no credits. And then it would pull out what the email is that it's got. So you've gone from the business name, finding the people that work at the business on LinkedIn, mapping those here, so you've got their names, then you've got the LinkedIn URLs, then you've also got the email addresses here, and then it's going to use what's called Clagent. So this is an AI agent that will essentially, what it's going to do, it's going to say, visit the website of this company here. When you visit this company, I want you to know the owner of the company is. So it's basically asking Clagent to do research for you and say, who is the owner of the company? The usual way I do this is by searching for an About Us page or Meet the Team page or a Contact Us page. Somewhere the owner's name would be listed. Only output names that you're more than 95% confident in, and it would use GPT 3.5, and it would max cost this. Now, this is only going to run if this email is empty. So if it hasn't found the email through LinkedIn, so basically what it's doing is a waterfall. So if it hasn't found the email here, so it would say no email found, then it would go into here. But if it did find the email, it would stop, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the email for this person, right? In this case, Amara, for example, right? And this run has stopped. And then it would again pull that email, and it will go into here. So it will output that email in like a more readable format, right? And then what it's going to do is, let me see what this one is. So find email address associated with domain. So here it would, so you can see here. So this column again is only running if the first attempt at finding the email is not done. So you can find email addresses using Prospio in a couple different ways. This is just the regular like contact email lookup. But if it hasn't found it like that, it can sometimes find it just purely from the domain. So it'll pull it from a domain. And if it again hasn't found that, then it might scrape the website. So what's happening here is it's a waterfall. So if it's trying one thing, and if it's not working, it's trying another thing. And the thing with doing it for local businesses, there's a lot of local businesses, like they obviously don't have the information like readily available everywhere, right? They don't usually have like a good social presence. So finding the email address is a lot more difficult. So the more waterfall steps that you have, the more likely you are to find the email address and have more coverage. So you're finding more leads out of 100 leads, for example, than you would otherwise. So you might get like 70 or 80 leads out of 100 like total of, if the list is say like 219 here, we might get, I don't know, like 150, right? Instead of, if we didn't do it with the waterfall, we might only get like 50, right? So it's finding like double the amount of leads with the same amount of work. And it's all automated. So you would quite literally put it in here, and then this is all just going to run automatically. I stopped it because I don't want to use credits. The next step would be to scrape the website. So if we check out what the prompt here is and like what the actual step is, but it's basically going to scrape the website, and it's going to try and find the email addresses that are on the website. And then what it's going to do is it's going to validate all of those email addresses. So again, obviously you're only sending to like safe to send emails. And then here it's going to merge all of the emails that we found in like separate columns into one column. So this is going to be the final email output column. And then here, basically going to extract the first name. So curious what this is. Try to tell me what the person's first name is. So it's basically, depending on what the email address is, it's going to extract the first name of the email address and then output the first name, so that you're reaching out and saying, hey, first name. Because a lot of times with local businesses, they may not have like the first name, they'll have like another email address, and and then it will scrape the website, and then it will pull out. Let me have a look and see what this is actually doing. So yeah, this is going to scrape the website, and then from the website you're going to get like the Facebook URL, and then what it's doing is it's running a Clagent search from the Facebook URL, which is really cool actually. So you can see here, visit the link in my input and tell me what the email address is that is listed on the page. This is a website to check. So it's basically scraping their website, outputting their Facebook, like their social media link to their Facebook, and then telling Clagent to go and go onto Facebook and try and find the email address associated with that. And then at the end of it, you will output the final email column. So we've got a couple different ways of being able to find their email addresses, through Prospio, through LinkedIn, through scraping the website, all of these different ways. And then finally, we're going to try scraping it from Facebook. So if we can't find like the person's name, then the fallback is going to be emailing the info at. But here, this whole workflow is going to give us the most amount of coverage, so we're able to find the most amount of leads with the least amount of time, because this is completely automated. You're quite literally, all you have to do is put in your initial search for like where you want to scrape Google Maps for, and it will do the rest of it. It'll go LinkedIn, it will find the emails. If it hasn't found the emails, it'll do like another step in the workflow and scrape the website and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this has been useful. It's pretty cool. I will link this below. Again, credit to Eric for building this out. But yeah, it's like quite literally plug and play. You just put in the email addresses, not the email, sorry, you put in the local business search criteria on Google Maps, and then you'll be able to find the email addresses from here, and then you can push the smart lead or whatever you use and go from there.